long ceremony after you break the consecutive game streak. Go over to the Angels bench. Do you remember? Did Joe give you a hug, handshake, anything?
Yeah, I remember. It's bizarre is that very rarely do you get a chance to greet every member of the opposing team and have an exchange with every one of them. So yeah, you're hugging during the course of the game. You're handshaking. In some cases, you're laughing, and in other cases, you're almost crying. So there was a whole bunch of emotions that went through that time. I wish that we were competitive, meaning independent race at that time, so it would have been less about the streak. But it was important for us to play well. It was important for me to play well during that series. And as Joe said, I hit a home run in each one of those games, and we played extremely well, which I thought was really the most important part. But it was a wonderful, one-of-a-kind celebration of baseball, not necessarily of me per se, but it was sort of a connection back to the Lou Gehrig days. And this was just coming off of when we had to cancel the World Series, so I think we all took great pride in doing something that would lift baseball up.
You knew Joe during your playing days, now post-playing days. What makes him so special and successful both on the field as a manager and then off the field with his charitable efforts?
Well, I think he gets it. That's it's a blanket sort of statement, but when you say that someone gets it, he kind of understands. The modern player, he understands the old school player for that matter. He understands leadership and what it's all about, and you can see that he doesn't necessarily operate in the same box all the time. Each individual player has to be managed slightly different, and he does a really good job at that. And you take the same sort of principles and philosophies off the field. You can use your position that baseball gets you to do good. And I think a lot of us, tend to want to shine the light on areas that we are concerned about and we want to help. And for us, it's about kids. It's about helping the kids and giving them the opportunity. I think athletics are a classroom by itself, but if we can help unite people's efforts in helping kids, I think we've done a good job.
And then lastly, yesterday, Joe and I talked about Respect 90. I don't know if you've heard him talk about that at all, but you really exemplified the respect within the game. How important is that on and off the field again?
Well, I mean, you try to play the game, you try to bring honor to the game, and Joe was right. I mean, I looked at it, I had fun every aspect of the game that there was, and sometimes when the game wasn't so much fun, you had to find other ways to have fun. If you're rebuilding or you're losing streak and things aren't happening for you on the field, sometimes you have to find other ways within the game to enjoy and have fun. So I always took that attitude towards it, and yeah, I wouldn't have been able to show up and play every day if I didn't thoroughly enjoy it. And I think that's one of the secrets that you would try to give any kid, the advice, is that find something you're really passionate about that you love, and then work is not work anymore. It's fun. But I was one of the lucky ones that had a chance to have a long career, and did a number of things in a certain way, maybe an old school way that Dad taught me. And so you build up a certain amount of respect over the years. I think everybody wants to feel like they've made a mark in the game in some ways, and I think I was able to make my little mark.